What's up, lads? I'm Phrezh, and I'm also very disappointed after the last Weekend League, because I can already tell you now that it was a complete disaster for several reasons, and you might already guess that I didn't reach Elite, but we still have to go through the Weekend League and talk about some things that occurred during it. But I'm not only disappointed, I'm also absolutely buzzing, because just a few hours ago I received my PlayStation 5, which means that we are going to open the rewards today on the PS5 console and see how the menus feel, see if there is any difference, because there is supposed to be quite a big difference in the menus compared to the PS4, so we'll see about that. Now, the main reason that I'm disappointed is not at all because of my result in the Weekend League, because I was prepared for a bad Weekend League, because the motivation hasn't really been there. It's been lacking for, well, at least a week now, because the game that we have now, the game that is FIFA 21 right now, is not the same that we got when it was released, and I don't know what they have messed up with the patch, but it's not even nearly the same game that we had when it was first released, and it's the same story every single year. A new FIFA is released and it feels smooth, it feels a bit slower than the last year's version, and things are looking good, things are looking positive, and then a few patches in and we are back to the same arcadey type of gameplay with very weird bounces and animations and such stuff, and I could talk about that for a very long time, and at some point I'm probably going to release a video, because I believe that there is a lot that could have been better, speaking about FIFA, but in this video we'll just go through our last Weekend League, just briefly look at some goals and talk about some things. And then we are going to open the rewards on the PS5 and see how that feels, and if that gives us some extra luck. So before we jump into any games, I'm just going to show you the team as usual, and this time I'll show it straight up how we line it up in game. There's no reason to look at the links and such. Everyone is on full chemistry, and we went for the basic 4-2-3-1 this time, simply because it fits the squad that I have best. I wanted to include Virgil van Dijk and Lionel Messi in it, and the reason is of course because it's a first owner road to glory, so we can only use first owned cards, and well, it's not hard to understand that Messi and Van Dijk are pretty much in a league of their own compared to other cards that I have. So a pretty similar squad to what we have had earlier in the Weekend League, but like I said, I was lacking motivation this week, and it's gone to the point that you usually reach in a later stage of FIFA, where it feels more like a chore than something that you actually want to do and enjoy. And that's quite a big issue if you ask me, because in the beginning of FIFA 21 I actually felt that I want to get in on the game and play some games. I want to enjoy the gameplay, because I thought it was really good actually. It was smooth, it was a bit slower, but then it turned into some kind of block fest, and everything is depending on the AI, and through balls are just overpowered, and chip shots as well. So it has reached the stage where every single game looks the same pretty much to me, and the thing they've done with division rivals as well has just ruined things. So for now, you just play FIFA throughout the weekend, maybe a little bit on the first day to open rewards, and try to play some Division Rivals games to eventually reach rank 1. But overall, it feels more like you just have to play it on the weekend, and apart from that, there's not much to do. Well, you have some objectives, but what about when you're done with them? But the content isn't the biggest issue, because there are some things they have gotten right regarding the content, and some things they have gotten wrong. For example, the League SBCs that were released just the other day with loads of untradeable packs and no SBC players, which has been the case earlier years. The biggest issue is the gameplay, because I want to play football. I want a good football simulator, but FIFA just isn't it. And it's a shame that they don't have any competition, because that means that they can get away with whatever appeals the most to the public. And obviously it is the arcadey, fast-paced stuff where pace is the most important attribute. But once again, I'm not going to talk about all of that in this video. I just feel like I need to vent some of my thoughts, and perhaps I'll do a long video about everything that I think could be improved in FIFA at some point in the near future. So let's just jump straight into the first game and look at some highlights and a lot of lowlights from this Weekend League. Alright, so let's get straight into the first game, and it starts off with Anthony Martial scoring a good goal, and we got a really good start to the Weekend League. That's not at all the issue this weekend, which has been some of the other weekends, but I've already said it several times. I didn't have any motivation this Weekend League, and that's a ridiculous goal scored by Anthony Martial somehow, but that's a ridiculous situation as well, which gets us a penalty, and Messi bags it, making it 3-1. And the 3-1 was also the record that we had when this game started, and Anthony Martial with another beautiful goal. But like I said, the motivation wasn't there, which meant that in very tight situations the focus just wasn't there. You can see lots and lots of terrible defending because I couldn't focus, and that's yet another ridiculous goal conceded this time by me. It's an own goal, but we still managed to turn it around for this game once again, thanks to Anthony Martial, who was so good throughout the whole weekend despite us playing terrible. Now here's another very disappointing goal to concede in the last seconds of the game, but it took it to extra time, and there we were the stronger team, and Sergio Roberto got to score a banger. Now, I'm obviously not going to say much through these highlights. Once again, Anthony Martial, brilliant goal, but in the goals that you are going to see throughout this highlight reel, there are so many issues and errors in the game itself that are being exposed, and like I said, I could talk about it for so long, but I'm not going to do it now. I'm probably going to do a video about it in the near future and talk about it more in depth and what could actually change in FIFA. So you can actually see that we are at the current record of 8-1, and after scoring two very quick goals here and have a bit luck along the way. I even hate when I score those types of goals myself, not only conceding them. And here's 5-3 as well, so we actually made it up to 9-1 at one point, and things were looking good, but yeah, well, I don't even know what this goal is. I mean, these types of goals happen way too often for it to be realistic in this game. And here Alphonso Davies, I don't even know, it's just bad defending. I just for some reason switch to Ake and think that I'm going to be able to catch up to Porto, but I'm obviously not, which means that I concede yet another easy goal. And here I have some luck once again, but I mean, honestly, these goals don't even make me happy, because that's not how it's supposed to be. This is ridiculous as well. Marcos Llorente with a no-look through pass with his weak foot perfectly. I don't get it. There's just... yeah, I can't even find any words. What is that goal even? He just breaks the laws of the physics. It's not even possible. Well, we did see a similar goal in the French league, and what is this header from Mertens as well? And how does this turn out to be a goal? I mean, there were so many situations like these throughout the entire weekend. And like these as well, where Anthony Martial just scores for fun. And here's just another one. I mean, he's ridiculously good for a 84 rated card. Here's one of those simple defensive mistakes again. I mean, I don't get it. I know that I'm terrible at defending, but this is some next level stuff. I mean, at this point I don't even know what to do in these situations with the through balls. It's just ridiculous how overpowered they are. It's ridiculous how overpowered chip shots are. It's ridiculous to me how bad of a real life football game simulation this is. This is yet another one of those ridiculous goals. I mean, do you see what I mean? This is what my weekend looked like all the time. To me, this doesn't represent real football at all. I mean, it just disappoints me. This is a nice goal once again from Martial. And then we have this through ball thing once again. I mean, come on! What was I supposed to do in that situation that I didn't actually do? I tried to block the pathway of the pass, but it still finds its way through somehow. So here's a game that went to penalties. And we're at 15-6 at this point. I mean, it's not good at all if you want to reach elite. And like I said in the beginning of the video, I didn't reach elite and this was just so bad. It was just a very frustrating weekend from the start to the end. And that's what happens when you don't have the motivation to play. I mean, the motivation to which allows you to deal with 50-50 situations in a better way. And then we have Paul Pogba's ridiculous, silly run up to the penalty. I can't even handle that. So obviously we missed, and Ballack, well, no shenanigans there, he just puts it in. Why does it have to be so complicated for Paul Pogba? He does it good in this situation, but look, we're at 15-9. So I mean, we're even at the point where we might not even reach 20 wins, which usually is a fairly simple feat to reach for us, but not this weekend. Despite Anthony Martial's heroics and loads of goals scored. Look at this defending. I just want to make it clear that I'm not blaming the game for my defeats in this weekend league. I am well aware that I'm defending terribly. I'm well aware of that, and that is the main point. What I'm just trying to say is that I'm disappointed of how this game represents real life football, because that's what I want. I don't want all those skill moves, despite that I do a lot of skill moves. I don't want it to be like that. Look at this crazy game. It's 5-4, 10 minutes to go when when this happens. I mean, at this point you just give up pretty much. And then you have this Adama Traoré with his 66 upside down shooting, which turns to 99. Just look at him. And we got a penalty in the last second, scoring it to make it 7-6. So 16-10. Now we had to win 4 games in a row to even make it to 20. Thanks to Martial, we actually got a decent start, but yeah, it just wasn't meant to be this weekend. I even moved the goalkeeper in the right direction there, but it's obviously not enough. And here we even take the lead in the extra time to 3-2, but I mean, and then we have Paul Pogba stupid run up to the penalty again. But this time he did actually score, but I mean, it's hard to put words on it. So here we actually had the chance to win when Gervinho stepped up, but he scored, taking it into sudden death penalties. And guess what happens? Well, stupid me for charging up the penalty so much, but I want to add a bit of spice to it. I don't want to just load one bar and try to place it in. And then I'll have to suffer for that. It's not harder than that. So 16-11, and I mean, he wasn't even sure if we were going to reach 17 wins. Especially not after this. Look at that ridiculous pass. And then we have yet another chip shot. I mean, come on, how often do you see those scored in real life? How often do you see attackers get into positions to score those? Now, thankfully, we actually scored 3-2 and won to make it 17 wins. Alright, so here are the stats for the team, and there's really only one standout player here, well, maybe 1.5 if you count Lionel Messi, but Anthony Martial with his 38 goals in 28 games is outstanding. He's been performing so well ever since I got him, and he scored so many beautiful goals, especially through his individual skill in this weekend league. Despite us playing so bad, despite the bad results, he still made it work and scored loads of goals. But that's also what you can expect of your lone striker in a 4-2-3-1. Lionel Messi still scored a lot of goals as well, 22 goals and 14 assists. So at least more than 1 point per game. It's decent, but it's not really top level. Leroy Sané and Florent Mollier, and first of all I have to correct myself from the last video because I kept saying Florian Mollier when his name is Florent Mollier. He had a terrible weekend league last time and it wasn't much better this time, but still 4 goals and 12 assists for the Frenchman is a decent record. Leroy Sané on the other hand scored 9 goals and 11 assists. Obviously scored 9 goals or more goals than Mollier because his pace just allows him to run away from defenders. And then we have Alphonso Davies, who I praise so much, 7 assists from his left back position. I absolutely love when you can use overlapping fullbacks, but I said it in one of my first videos as well, it exposes so much space in the defense, so it's very risky, it's high risk, high reward, but I'm always going to stand true to the point that you should always play the way you want to play rather than what suits the game best. Because it's obvious that stay back while attacking on your fullbacks is better from a competitive view, but what does that help if I don't think it's fun? So to me it's very obvious that I should go for attacking fullbacks, and Alphonso Davies does that very well with his 7 assists, and he's gotten so much praise for me from the other weekend leagues as well. Sergio Roberto on the other side isn't really the same player type. He's more technical than Alphonso Davies is, and obviously he's a center mid from the beginning, but has got to play more and more as a right back for Barcelona, and did a decent job defensively, but not contributing as much as Davies offensively. He did score a banger though. It was a nice goal that you got to see in the highlights reel. So unfortunately he does lack some of the pace. Even with the shadow on, he isn't really very fast and doesn't catch up to players like Davies does, for example. Paul Pogba had a very good weekend league as well with 5 goals and 10 assists, which is pretty much what you can expect from a defensive midfielder, about half a point per game. And the thing I like about Pogba is just that it actually feels like you are using Pogba when you are playing with him. It actually looks like Pogba in real life, and I don't mean just the player model, but the way he moves and the way he executes passes and stuff. It just looks just the same way that he would do in real life. Now the defense was very shaky, and like I said, I wasn't very motivated the last weekend, which led to a lot of simple errors, a lot of simple mistakes from my side, and in this game you get punished for that. You get punished for that immediately. It's all about counter-attacking and just playing through balls. So to play a possession-based game like I do and then lose the ball in very harmless situations will often lead to a counter-attack and a goal. So yeah, the defense was below any acceptable level this weekend, and I'll just have to try and find some motivation for the next Weekend League and keep trying to push for the elite finish. But I do have to admit that I am starting to have second thoughts about the first Owner Road to Glory, because in my opinion, here's another big issue with FIFA. I personally think often that it's more fun and enjoyable to try and create a good squad rather than actually playing the game. And that for me is a big issue, because this is supposed to be about playing football. But to create your own squad is just as enjoyable. And with the first Owner Road to Glory, I don't get to do that in the same way, because it creates a lot of limitations for me, since I can only use the players I have in my club and have got them through packs, SBCs or objectives. So I am very much contemplating just to skip the first owner part and just do a simple poor man's Road to Glory, still no money spent, but at least allow myself to buy players from the market. But as it is for now, I might do that as soon as I have reached elite, if I ever do that with my first Owner Road to Glory. I do have some hope now that I got the PS5 that it's going to boost my motivation a little bit, and especially when the next gen version of FIFA 21 comes out. Unfortunately, that isn't until the 4th of December, so until then we stick to the PS4 version, but I still hope that it's going to give me some motivation back, and we'll just keep on fighting for now, and then we'll see if we'll skip the first owner part. Alright, that's enough talking about the team and the terrible performance of this weekend. Let's just get into the game and open up the rewards and see if we can score anything good this time. Alright, so 17 wins in the Weekend League gives us 2 player picks, and we'll start with them. And the players we hope most for here is, of course, N'Golo Kanté, and even Sadio Mane would be nice to get. But with the luck I've had in my red pick so far, I'd be happy to get an 82 rated player and not lower than that. So let's just get straight into the first one. And we do get a decent Arturo Vidal, 85 rated, so that's not bad. Szoboszlai from Hungary is also looking like a very good card, but obviously I'm not going to be able to integrate him into a team like I will be able to with Vidal, and he's the highest rated, so obviously we'll go with Arturo. And the second player pick, well, we're back to normal, nothing special there. We have Mario Rui and Koufal from West Ham. Now I believe that Koufal perhaps is the better player, but I believe that Mario Rui is possibly a bit better for us considering links and such. Yeah, I think it's better to link than Koufal is. We already have some good Premier League right backs, so we'll go for Mario Rui. Alright, so we have 9 packs to open. It's just the Division Rivals rewards, which is 4 rare mega packs, and then it's the Gold 2 Weekend League reward with the rare gold pack and 2 rare mega packs. Then we have a rare mixed players pack from an SBC, and we have 1 Team of the Week player as well. Alright, this is the last chance to pack some Road to the Finals players, so I would be very delighted if we could actually find just one of them. I don't even care who at this point. It would just be fun to get someone. So let's go with the first pack. And it's not even a board in the first one, so I'll just show you the highlights from now on. There might be none at all if we don't have any luck at all with us, but let's just hope. Alright, so let's do the Team of the Week player before we jump into the rare mega packs. And it's not even a walkout, which means it's a maximum of 83 rated. From Peru, it's Andre Carrillo from Al Hilal, so no jackpot in the Team of the Week player pack. Alright, so we are down to 6 rare mega packs. Surely there should be something good in at least one of them. Let's go. And once again, it's a board, it's a Team of the Week player from Portugal. It's obviously Mario Rui, of course, who we picked in the red picks as well. Well, it doesn't hurt to have him as an inform and perhaps throw him in an SPC at some point. And we have a double board behind there as well with Jan Vertonghen and João Moutinho. Still no walkout, just another board, and it's a German this time. Centre back, is it Niklas Süle? Yes, it is. Still some good fodder. Alright, so we're down to the last pack, and still only boards, no walkouts. Let's see what the last pack has to offer. And it's no walkout this time either, it's once again just a board. It's a Spanish one. Is it one of the Atletico Madrid midfielders? No, it's not. It's even worse. Dani Parejo. Alright, so not only was the Weekend League a massive disappointment, the rewards were as well, and yeah, there's a lot of negativity coming out of me right now surrounding the game, I know that, but let's just hope that things change in the coming weeks. I missed the game that we got first when FIFA 21 was released, and I do have some hope that the next gen version will be better than the current version. But until then, we'll just have to stick it out and do our best and try to find that motivation once again. And we'll see what happens with the first Owner Road to Glory. If it only turns into a normal Road to Glory, only time will tell. Until then, stay safe, take care of each other, don't forget to wash your hands, and I'll see you soon again. Peace.